Kevin McCormally was born in Boston on March 13, 1950. The son of a newspaperman, Kevin was on his bike delivering newspapers before child labor laws knew what hit him. When the family moved to Kansas, Kevin tossed the Hutchinson News onto doorsteps, and when his father took a job as editor of the Burlington Hawkeye, Kevin continued his service, delivering papers and outrunning the Department of Labor all the way to high school. At Notre Dame High School, he went to work for the school newspaper and made editor his senior year. After school, he'd head down to the Burlington Hawkeye, where he had a job, lugging the 15-pound bars of lead over to the machine, where they were melted and poured into molds and used to set type. After high school, Kevin was off to the University of Iowa, and you guessed it, majored in journalism. He was an editor at his college newspaper, the Daily Iowan, and distinguished himself throughout his time there, winning the John F. Murray Award for Outstanding Student in Journalism upon graduation in 1972. While at Iowa, Kevin met his wife, Ann, and 1 week after graduation, they were married. At the time, he worked as a press secretary, helping a first-time Democratic candidate for Iowa's 1st Congressional District win a seat in Washington, D.C., and in December of '72, Kevin and Ann made the move to the nation's capital. In 1977, the job ended, and for the first and only time since the age of 12, Kevin found himself unemployed. Always the optimist, Kevin readied himself for new opportunities, and on July 18, 1977, he joined Kiplinger as a reporter specializing in taxes, retirement, credit, and other personal finance issues, as well as hosting the Monday Morning Ice Cream Social, no doubt helping him steadily move up the masthead over 41 years. In 2005, he was named editorial director of the Kiplinger Washington Editors, making him responsible for the oversight of all publications and the website. Editor-in-chief Knight Kiplinger called him the watchdog of editorial quality, integrity, and fairness in all that we do. In 2015, Kevin was named Chief Content Officer and Senior Vice President. He's won a ton of awards for his work, even 1 or 2 for photojournalism, logged countless hours appearing on TV, radio, and the web, authored and edited 400 or 500 books, helped develop tax prep software used by basically everyone in America, written and appeared in several educational videos, and in a nutshell, been Mr. Steady, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Dependable, the guy to go to when you need the job done, and done right. And it must be mentioned that as good as an employee as he's been, he is undoubtedly an even better husband, friend, and father. So, for your dedication and all your tireless work.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm very much impressed that this fellow is very good at finding ways for people to avoid paying tax.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for taking my question, Mr. McCormally. It's a great program you do every year. I really look forward to it. For all the wrong reasons, I'm sure.
Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being on the program.
I like you, Mr. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks to C-SPAN for having Mr. McConaughey on.
Hey, first of all, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Kevin?
Formally, good morning. Go ahead, sir. Or ma'am.
It's a woman, and it's Happy Holidays, and Kipling's is the only people you can really trust.
Thank you very much for being on the program.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the call. I'm enjoying your comments. They're informative and very helpful.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks very much for taking this call.
Thank you for taking my question.
Kevin McCormally, thank you very much.
Thank you for such an informative discussion.
First of all, I'd just like to say, Mr. Cromley, it's really an honor. It's like one of the best talks on C-SPAN. I watch it every year on your series. It's very insightful, helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on today. This guy, he really seems like he's got a lot of common sense. I enjoy listening to him.
I've been a subscriber to your magazine for 20 years, I'd say.
Thank you very much.
It's one of the best magazines I've ever read.
Hi, Mr. McCormally. I want to thank you for being another year on C-SPAN with tax issues.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Baton Rouge, does that answer your question?
That certainly does. I'm glad he cleared that up very much. Thank you.
Kevin McCormally, the editor of that magazine, thank you very much, and I hope you come back.
And now, after outlasting 7 U.S. presidents, possibly 8, the day's not over yet, Kevin finds himself at a crossroads, and with unlimited free time on his hands, perhaps he will come full circle and return to the paper route, finally putting to use decades of spin classes. Perhaps he will even return to Iowa, the state where he grew up, and perhaps he will ask the question so many have asked before him.
Is this heaven?
It's retirement.
This morning was heaven.